day and welcome to yet another interesting edition of The Bottom Line on the Liberator Online Media Report. In this edition, we shall be looking at the state of the nation by the chairman and the chief executive of the Liberator Online Media Reports, Engineer Dr. KAILANI Mohammed. Engineer Dr. KAILANI Mohammed, where he spoke on the state of the nation, spoke about the competency in bringing Nigeria's running mate under the All Progressive Congress APC, Malam Alhaji Kashim Shettima and Asiwaju Bola Ahmed Tinubu as the presidential candidate. Engineer Dr. KAILANI Mohammed spoke on competency, bias and other discriminatory facts that should be abolished at the process of electioneering in 2023.
You see, we are not in Quenke stretch our arms so far that we should tell the grey bears the truth. The truth is that Asiwaju, our president to be, God's willing, has already picked Alhaji Kashim Ibrahim to be his vice presidential candidate. I think he did that in good faith. Yesterday he said he took the VP on competence, not on religion. And I think I concur with him because in the north here we have 19 states. Nobody would like to lose election. Our brothers, the Christians, here in the north, they have to bear with us because we want to. The scenario on ground now warrants that it has to be Muslim. Because in the north, whether we like it or not, the Muslims are more populated. If you check, I think where the Christians are more in the north here is Plateau State, Benue State, and probably the other states like Adamawa, Taraba, Niger in the north central, Kogi. They are not a majority. The Christians are not a majority. And in democracy, majority carries the vote. And that's why we kept telling them, okay, for example, during our president, late Shagari, of blessed memory, he was the number one in this country. Was it in 1979? His second in command was Alex Ekweme, a Christian from South. Then the third person to him was Joseph Wires. I think Joseph Wires is from Southeast. Then the last man was Edwin Eme Ezoke. He was number 4 to Shagari. They were all Christians. If you look at the chief, his chief of army staff, Akin Rade, was a Christian. If you look at Gawan's regime, even before Shagari, most of the service chiefs and those that were close to the military, they were Christians. If you look at Obasanjo's tenure for 8 years, most of his service chiefs and those close to him, they were Christian. Go and look at the records. Nobody bothered. Abiola and King Kibe, they won election. They were Muslims. I don't know what happened at the end of the day that Nigeria today will just put religion forward. I think we should shun the issue of religion. We should come to reality. How do we garner votes, support for our presidential candidate? And that's why I think they picked Kashim to be the VP. I think he did it in good faith, and yesterday he said it was incompetence. The man can deliver. Let us come together, whether you are a Christian, you are a Muslim, or a pagan. This country belongs to all of us. And that's why I think the polarity came during Obasanjo, when they were saying that President Buhari was trying to Islamize this country. Okay, who has been Islamized now? In the last 8 years that he became, or 7.5 years that he became president of Nigeria, where have they Islamized? It's just politics. Some people just to, gain a political victory. But if we don't come together, you see, this country belongs to all of us. We don't have any other country apart from Nigeria. By the time we put religion forward, Nigeria will be destroyed. Somebody even anticipated that in 2015 Nigeria will be disintegrated. Today we are still together. So I'm just saying that we should come together. If you go to Doko, where Aobusu, where Jerry Ghana, come from, or you go to Doko, there are many Christians. If you go to Taraba or Adamawa, you will see the same family. You have Christians, you have Muslims. Some are, the children are Christians, some are Muslims. Some of their parents are Christians, some are Muslims. So why are we trying to divide that? Believe me sincerely, if we are not careful, religion, there are many countries that fought religious war today. Those countries are no more. We had our national convention, APC Special National Convention recently. Our vice president contested. I think he's a bishop or a pastor. We have Tunde Bakari. As a Christian, he has his own church, the Redeemed Church. The other one is RCCG. About 4 or 5 Christians contested. Tunde Bakari got 0. Does it mean Christians in the delegates are not good Christians? Why didn't they give him even 1 vote? From there you know that it's not the issue of religion. Our vice president is supposed to get all the votes there, because from the delegates, maybe more than 50% or 40% may be Christians, but they didn't win. So it's not about religion. Some people are using religion because they are already losing credibility and they want to bounce back. And that one will not help. By the grace of God, 2023, Aswaji is already taking it. What matters is, if they are Muslim, are they going to deliver the dividends of the democracy to the people? That is what Nigerians are supposed to talk about. Not saying this one is this one is that. No.
Engineer Dr. KAILANI Muhammad, the chairman and the chief executive of the Liberator Online Media Report, said Nigerians should wake up, get united, work together collectively to achieve a meaningful goal irrespective of religion, tribe, or ethnic sentiments.
We must have to come together to see that we destroy this cankerworm that is eating into the fabric of our society. If we do that, Nigeria will become one, and we are going to be great. That's the reason. Political calculation, getting votes for our candidate to win election. It's not that we don't like the Christians. Thank you. And the issue of economy. When we came, the economy, though some people will say a bag of rice that time was not up to what it is today, or day-to-day normal activities, pure water was sold as less price, groundnut oil, Let us say yes, it is true that all these, the social amenities were not as high as it is today. But it was the opposition who set the ball rolling that time. Because there are 16 years, they kept saying we normally refer to them. Yes, that is history. For 16 years of their misrule, they squandered over 300 trillion in this country, if you don't know. Both the one that we know and the ones that we don't know. They abandoned many projects which this government is now completing. We will come to that. It's going to be a subject of tomorrow. You see, where the target was missed, and which we hope in the next 10 months, our government will do something very quickly so that by the time we are taking over again, it will going to be a smooth takeover. Is the issue of our industries. The industries must be resuscitated. Our agriculture, this government brought a very brilliant agricultural policy, ENGR scheme. If that policy had worked, if it had worked, in the first year it worked. Rice was produced in this country, they were exporting it. But politics came in, and Emefiele, that was why that time I called for his sack. For example, an Igbo man from Anambra who is an industrialist is not a farmer. He went to Central Bank, they gave him over 30 billion for agriculture. He went back to Anambra and established a company. There are many of them like that. So there was misplaced priority. Because even as we reach the farmers at the local levels, they kept complaining to us. They don't see the money they promised them. They have acquired the land. They don't have fertilizer. They kept calling me. That was how they killed Uncle Browski. Then the issue of insecurity now came. Whether Uncle Brower or not, they know us in the north, we are farmers. 90%, 99% arable farming. And because of insecurity, our people cannot go to farm again. But still, I was coming back from Katsina yesterday, I was happy. I saw maize, everlasting green. I believe with this rain now, God's willing, will bounce back. Because agriculture sustains the GDP of any country. Supposing today we have our own food, we have food security, and we can export. That will give us hard currency. That will now make our naira to be stronger. When we have industries working, we are not importing up to 80% of what we are consuming today. We will have foreign currency coming into our country, our naira will be stronger. But in a situation where the CBN governor was giving everything, he's in charge of agriculture, he's in charge of regulation, he's in charge of industries, loans, and I've never seen that. And that's why the economy is failing. Central Bank is single role responsibility supposed to be to regulate banks. The issue of agriculture, the issue of industries should be a different institution entirely that should overlook those the issue of farming and other things. But I know it was a misplaced priority. But I hope in the next 10 months, by the grace of God, they will make amends. We've been telling them, and we'll continue to tell them. There is no country that will become economically vibrant without agriculture and industrialization. It has never happened all over the world. The opposition has been subjugating APC into different shallow, myopic tendencies in this country. Number one example is, I've seen in Europe, when elections are over, the opposition and those that might have won election, they come together, their interests for their country. It has never been so in this country. They have been criticizing this government not objectively. Instead of them to come together, when you see something that is wrong in the government, bring your own ideas as an opposition. Sell it to the ruling party so that the country can move forward. Anywhere you see errors or mistakes, they don't do that. All they do is to continue to castigate. And that's the problem. So our economy, we believe, will become vibrant when all hands are on deck and all these things that we are saying. Then the issue of our refineries that you mentioned earlier. I believe with the revamping of our refineries, we have the fuel that we are selling today, petroleum products, it will be less. The prices will be less. But don't forget the PIA, Petroleum Industry Bill. Now this government has worked assiduously to see that it comes to limelight, which by the 19th of this month, they will unveil it completely. NNPC now will become independent. It will be NNPC Limited, a liability company that will be transacting businesses for Nigeria and earning money, tax monies that will be given to develop, that will give the government to develop our economy. So far, so good. President Buhari has mentioned categorically that the subsidy has not been removed, and which is true. Fuel is still being sold to the depots at 148 point, is it 50 kobo or 70 kobo per liter? Per liter. So, we Nigerians will have problems. And that is what is happening today. There are people who will be opposing. As the government says at 148, the depots will load. They will not give it to independent marketers. Then NATO will come in, they will transport. Since our pipelines are not working. Otherwise, they're supposed to be pumping all these products from the source to all our depots nationwide to make sure that you don't even pay transportation. we are suggesting to the government they should take the idea that Abacha, of our former president of blessed memory, he bought tankers, trucks, during his tenure, so that he will eliminate all the problems these NATO people are bringing. Once the government owns the trucks, they will go and load and then service the people. There are a lot of things. This education, that you mentioned. I'm not happy with Ngige, the Labour Minister, and the Education Minister, Adamu. I think we've been colleagues. They have to rise to their responsibility. Education is very important in anywhere all over the world. But today, I don't know why, how much ASU demanded. I learned yesterday the S institution said they will be joining ASU. That means no education, there will be no health system. That is going to be catastrophic, it's going to be disastrous to this country. Let them do something tangible to make sure. But there's one thing in this country. As you are trying to bring good policies, the same Nigerians are the ones that are opposing it. Unless we imbibe the spirit of nationalism in this country, patriotism. You know that Nigeria belongs to you. You don't have any other place apart from Nigeria. We said that oftentimes with you during interview. If we don't do that, go to other countries and see. If you are not their citizen, go to Dubai, go to America, go to England. As you land, there are people monitoring you. Even the air you are breathing there, you will pay for it. But show us here, to our country.
All right, sir. In the course
on the issue of insecurity, lastly,
before that, sir, in the course of your presentation, sir, you said Nigerians should expect changes in the next few months to come in the economic.
God's willing.
Yes, sir. Just one question on that. I don't know what magic President Muhammadu Buhari intends to play to achieve what he could not achieve in the last 7 years, now that he has less than 8 months to go. I don't know whether you know what magic he intends to play. Can you help us out, please?
Tell the opposition and those that are attacking this government that the policies, good policies that the president or the government will be doling out soon, they should not kill it. That is your answer.
Engineer Dr. KAILANI Mohammed said the issue of insecurity in Nigeria has since been inherited from the previous administrations. Therefore, President Muhammadu Buhari should be considered as giving his possible efforts in ensuring the unity and progress of Nigeria.
Even before we came, there were insecurity in the northwest here. We've been plying Abuja Road. It was aggravated after decimating the Boko Haram. They now metamorphosed into bandits. Though they say we should, though recently a court has pronounced that we should call them terrorists now. But if you call them bandits, you have no right to say they're terrorists. Because there are two different things. A terrorist has an ideology, what he wants. Bandits don't have that. That's the difference. But they have been classified now, all of them, as terrorists. They metamorphosed from Borno, and that time they started, routing through all our forests and bushes in this country. They are the ones that are metamorphosed. Look at those ones now that came to Niger State. Their flag are in Niger State, in Shiroro, Magama, and Mariga. If you come to Kaduna here today, you will see Boko Haram's flags at Kiwa and Briningwari. If you go to Kajuru, they are there. Same Boko Haram, so they have left where they have been decimated to all our forests. There are security lapses, and we have to say the truth. For the president, I think we don't need to blame him. He did his best. If you see the trillions that have been sunk to the security, architectural security of this country, you'll be surprised. He has changed their welfare system. He has brought them equipment. What else? And then your brothers from the north here, 80% of them are the service chiefs. Whether we like it or not, the north has been polarized along religious, ethnic, and regionalism. Recently, the CDS said it. All the retired army officers, they have their own voice in the army, even the police officers. So when they are instructed to do something, they don't do it. They will be waiting for those retired officers to give them command. They say they are going to weed them out. They came out, the CDS came out recently and said he has bad eggs in the army. It's very surprising, very flabbergasting, very dumbfounding, smitten that Nigerian army that used to go for foreign mission cannot contain all this, I don't even know how to qualify it. This insecurity now that we have on our hands in Nigeria. So something is wrong. Unless then, finally, there must be insecurity in this country. You know why? To crown it all is because we thought this our government will recruit more army, more policemen, because as the man that is in charge of army, security in the National Assembly, this man from Borno State, in Dume, he granted an interview recently. He said, and we've been saying it, he's just recalling what we've been saying. We had that interview with you. We are over 300 million in this country, not 200. We are waiting for the next population census for you to confirm what I've just told you. Wait. Over 300. But DSS, Civil Defense, Nigerian Army, the police, and other paramilitary, they are not up to 1 million. And you are talking of a population of over 200 to 300 million. That means one police is 10,000 people. Then, the irony of it all is that our Nigerian army, they are not up to 300. Same thing to Nigerian police and the civil defense. More than half of them, they are in VIP houses. Half of them. How do you think these people will be able to contain insecurity? It's not possible. It's intelligence. Not only Kuji. Many of our prisons nationwide have been broken before and took away the inmates because of lack of intelligence. So they have to wake up. We've been saying it. We need latest technological equipment that will be given to our security people to be able to monitor, analyze, research, and make, you see, let me crown everything with intelligence. Some people went to America, was it in the state of Chicago or somewhere? They adopted some people. Before you know it, more than 200 kilometers of that area was cordoned off. Then from each angle, the whole four corners of that place, they were pushing until they reached the point where those people were. communication was going on between all the security agencies. And they caught them, they even shot some of them. So what are we doing? As this thing happened at Kuje, we anticipated that that's what our security people would do. Cordon off the area. You don't allow them space to move anywhere. While you get intelligence with local people there, intelligence is lacking. And that's what the president said when he visited the place. So I think we have to make a move in that area.
On the legacies of President Muhammadu Buhari since inception into office in the year 2015, Engineer Dr. KAILANI Mohammed said,
there are many, but let me tell you just 10. You will be happy. Number one, when President Buhari came on board, what he first did was to bring all the leakages where they are stealing our money in this country to TSA. And he announced to you how much they got from TSA recently that was reinjected back to the budget. I believe you heard about it. Where the leakages were from the banks, they became one account. That's number one. It's a legacy. Number two, the legacy Buhari will be leaving is AKK. The pipeline now that we are laying from Wari to Ajokuta, Ajokuta to Kaduna, Kaduna, Abuja to Kaduna, Kaduna to Kano. Believe me sincerely, when that project is completed, and that's why they are trying, they say before 2023 they will complete it, we have millions and millions of jobs. All these industries that are there that we spoke about earlier, they will come on stream because you have varieties of gases, butane, ethane, methylene, varieties of them. Some for industry, some cooking, for cooking. Once we do that, a lot of employment will come on board. People will have, our youth will be employed. So we hope it will be completed before, as we target, they say before 2023. That's number two. Number three, there is a legacy is going to leave. Second Niger Bridge for 23 years. They have been sinking money into Second Niger Bridge. Today is 80% completed. It was shown. Didn't you see? You are a journalist. That is a legacy. We are trying to reconfirm from our works minister the 61 road projects that this government started doing when we came on board. Some are completed. I cannot give you those roads now. Some are still in progress. Some the contracts have been rewarded. Like I came back from Katsina yesterday. There was a problem of this Kaduna, Abuja, Kaduna, Kano. The president left a legacy because when the contract was awarded in the first instance, he brought out the complete money, 153 billion for the completion of this job. But what happened along the line is for another interview. But I'm happy once you pass Jaji now and you reach Zaria, the road is so smooth that you want to lie down. Where we have problem now is between Kaduna and Abuja, and it's because of insecurity. They have been adopting some of the workers there. We hope they will intensify efforts to make sure that it's completed between 20. Then, you see, another legacy is the issue of that Uncle Borrower scheme I mentioned. Social interventions, they are legacies. There are about 10 of them. I can continue on and on and on. And then you can see they have been employing youth on this their social intervention programs, which maybe we have to, you have is it market money? Trader money. You have which one? Agric loan. People have been getting loans to make sure that they become something in the society. There are many of them. So let us that legacy alone, I think is something. He did his best, and he was able to, the Tucanos, if we want to go to war with any country now, they will see Pepe. You know why they are not employing Tucanos? We have got them now. He was the one. It was initiated in the previous governments, but today, Buhari paid the money, brought them, but they cannot use it on bandits. They cannot. There will be a collateral damage. Even these people now that abducted these people, that's what Lai Mohammed said, because they are innocent people that were abducted. If you want to go and use those force on them, everybody will die there. So the Tucanos, I think, and the money this man expended on trying to make sure that the North exploration of oil, a Bida Basin, 80%, Lake Chad, 90%. It's because of insecurity. By now they could have started this thing. Then you have that of Bauchi, more than 90%. They have struck oil in that zone. It's this government that did it. Previous government said North doesn't have oil and they will be wasting money. Buhari is leaving a legacy on that. Sokoto Basin, the same thing. We are praying that before the end of the tenure of this government, they will bring all this oil. And don't forget, in Bauchi, the gas we have now is in commercial quantity in trillions. So we hope, and in the nearest future, crude oil, we will not be talking about crude oil, we'll be talking about gas. Because we'll be going towards cleaner fossil. Yes. The whole world, everything will be powered by gas. So that one is a legacy.
Is there anything on
Thank you so much, sir, for your time.
We'll be reaching morning here.
And that's all we have in today's edition of The Bottom Line on the Liberator Online Media Report, where you had a special interview on the state of the nation by the chairman and the chief executive of the Liberator Online Media Report, Engineer Dr. KAILANI Mohammed. On behalf of the production crew, my name is Umar Usman, thanking you very much for viewing.